Welcome to the Breadwinner Energy Podcast. I'm your host, Tay Daniels. I'm a certified life and business coach on a mission to help women become rich, powerful, and sustainable. I help women just like you build a life you not only love, but deserve. We believe that every woman deserves to be the breadwinner of her own life, to be rich in life, in love, and happiness, to be confident and powerful while building a sustainable business that creates a lifetime of success. On this podcast, I'm giving you my no BS advice to life, business, and motherhood. So grab your headphones or cover your child's ears and let's get into it. Welcome back to another episode of the Breadwinner Energy Podcast. Hello, friends. We are back another week, another episode, and we are just days away from our birthday party event, which starts on May 8th, my 30th birthday. It's our annual birthday bash. It is a week of networking, learning, giveaways, all the things. If you have not registered, click the link below. Come over to Birthday Party Week. It is so much fun. I'm going to be teaching on offers, no social necessary marketing, and simple sales Monday through Wednesday. We have a giveaway on Thursday. You're going to network, meet your friends. Plus, there's a giveaway on Thursday, and you'll have opportunities to get points throughout the week to win the giveaway prize. And we're going to do something special on that Thursday for everybody that joins Birthday Party Week. So you're not going to want to miss it. It's a full free 4-day event. We do it every single year. Click the link below. And then Breadwinner Energy Academy doors are going to reopen May 15th through May 21st. There are only 14 seats available, and waitlist gets early access. So if you're not on the waitlist yet, click the link below, get on the waitlist, get behind the scenes of the program. You're going to get early access to join, and then you're also going to get a special 48-hour bonus when the doors open. So if you're not on the waitlist, get on it now. Doors are about to open, and I'm so excited because I love enrolling our new students. I love bringing in our new people to the group and changing women's lives. And today we're talking to one of our alumni students, Jenny Roth. Jenny is a conversion copywriter for coaches and personal brands. She specializes in joyful, strategic copy that generates leads and welcomes your clients with open arms. Her mission is uncovering words that will resonate most with your clients so that you can have a higher converting, fun to read copy without spending hours upon hours at your keyboard trying to make it happen. When she isn't writing, you can find her hanging out with her husband and 3 daughters in the beautiful windy South Dakota, where they love to camp, swim in the Missouri River, raise chickens, and ride bikes. Welcome to the podcast, Jenny. I'm so excited to have you here. Can you tell us a little bit more about you, your business? Who do you help? How long have you been in business?
Yeah, thank you, Tay. I always love getting to visit with you. My name is Jenny Roth, and I'm an email copywriter for coaches and online course creators and service providers. I have been in business. I started as a writer when I have 3 girls, when my youngest was about 1 year old. So, actually, she's going to turn 10 next month, which is so crazy as we talk about this in March of 2023. So I started first as an editor for magazines and really loved businesses and telling their stories. And that has just really morphed into a full-time copywriting business over time.
Love it. Love it. Love it. So you tell me when you started Academy. I think it was July of 2021.
Yes,
Right?
it was in the summer, July or August of that year. Every year, I know most people maybe start their year in January. For me, it's always when my kids go back to school in the fall. It feels like a huge transition. And I remember I was going on a walk as my kids were gearing up to go to school and just really thinking about my business. So I had been working in my business full time, maybe a year, or was it 2 years? I don't even remember anymore, but I was pretty new and I was making about $4,000 a month. Just to give people an example of where I was at, I was making about $4,000 a month as a copywriter, all with done for you services for clients. Sometimes I was hitting that 5K month, but it wasn't consistent. And I just remember I was going on a walk and I was just thinking to myself, this is going okay, but after you pay your taxes and after you pay Dubsado and Flowdesk and you pay all of your things, I did have team, but I still had some expenses, right? After you pay all those things, I was still at this point where I'm not quite where I want to be. Like, I'm so thankful for where I'm at, and this like extra income has really blessed my family. However, like your messaging was all about like become the breadwinner of your life. And I wanted that so deeply to not just like make 5K or make a few $1,000s or whatever. I wanted to be able to be like the breadwinner of my family. Like I wanted to know that I could like essentially float this ship financially and that I could do it while also still being a really present, hands-on mom and really involved with my girls' life. And
Yeah.
I just knew I couldn't sacrifice that for any amount of money. Like I'd rather be poor than sacrifice that. I know that sounds crazy and maybe selfish, but it's true. So I that was so important to me. And so that's about the point when I joined Academy.
I freaking love it because still to this day, that is like one of the one things I always tell women is like being the breadwinner so that you can have the life, right? Like you can be at home with
Mhm.
your kids or you can spend that time. You're not missing out. And as we're recording this, yesterday was yet another school shooting, and it just like reaffirms that like if you want to be at home with your kids or homeschool or unschool or pull your kids out of school, like or even just have the option to do so, like you should absolutely have that. And so I think it's so important to and not selfish at all to like make those decisions. So what ultimately made you join Academy?
Yeah, I know. I agree with everything you're saying there. Yeah, why I ultimately joined Academy was I was really at that point where I'm like, okay, yes, this is a great like part-time kind of full-time income, but either I need to make this a for real full-time income or maybe I need to find a job with like health insurance where I don't pay self-employment taxes, right? Because it was like the same, but with all I was making the same as I probably would make with a full-time job in the area in the Midwest where I live without like benefits and without like other things. And so I just thought like what this is it. Like I want to see if this is going to be for real or is this just a cute, not cute, but kind of
Yeah.
cute do while my kids are little. And and then I'll have to go find my full-time thing later as they grow, and I really was like, "Let's actually see if I can do this."
Mhm.
And I didn't really know it at the time, but another thing that was huge for me was your messaging was all about, and you can do it without social media. And at
Yeah.
that time, I really didn't wanna be on social media. It was just, like, so hard to log in there and see people so far ahead of me and making so much more than me and doing all these things. I just felt so like drowning in comparison and not being able to keep up with that hamster wheel there that I thought, okay, yeah, if you're telling me that I can build a six-figure business and I can do it without social media and I can do it without like, putting my family on the total back burner, for
Yeah.
me, I was like, how can I not try? Like
Yeah.
my alternative is going back to a job or this, like, how could I not, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. And two, I always like when women are like, it's so hard. I'm like, yes, this is hard, but so is going
Mhm,
back to a 9 to 5 or staying at your
mhm.
9 to 5 or staying where you're at. And so I love that. And I felt like too, when you came to me, you had emailed and then you had some questions about the program. And then one day you're just like, I'm in, like, I'm just doing it.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it was. I was like, "Oh, I need to get on the phone and try," and I had never made, an investment like that into my business before. I think I had worked with one coach before who was a copywriter like me, and I think I worked for her for I can't remember the amount of weeks or months, but it was $2,500, and I remember making that investment and just, like, shaking. I'd never
Yeah.
spent that much on myself before, and so when I joined Academy, I had never invested that much in myself before, but I just felt like again, like how can I not? Like if I'm gonna bet on somebody, I'm gonna bet on I'm gonna bet on me because I know that I'll show up and at least try. And one thing when we join Academy, you always tell us is like whatever decision you make, you'll make it right. And that was just really peaceful for me. Like no matter what I do, it's not like the wrong decision or the right decision. It's just the next decision. And I'll
Yes.
just keep making it right and learning. And so yeah.
I love it. So you had been in a program before. Was it a
Mhm.
group coaching program or it was just like a one-on-one coach?
It was a group coaching program for copywriters.
Awesome. And so you've had experience in group. Did you have any
Mhm.
thoughts about group? Because our program's a group coaching program. When you came in, any hesitations with being in a group or how did you feel?
Yeah. I honestly thought that I wanted one-on-one coaching. I don't know why, just because I'm a little bit more introverted, and sometimes for me to raise my hand on a Zoom call and be like, "I have a question," it just like it takes a lot for me to do that, right? And I always worry, like, what if I'm the only one going through this? What if I say this fear or this doubt or this thing I'm going through out loud, this struggle I'm having, and everyone is on that call being like, "Oh, geez, really?" Like you're not, you don't know the answer to that. So I honestly wanted a one-on-one coaching, and I think that's a question that I asked you too in the DMs or wherever we were chatting was like, "Will you be my coach?" Because I wanted you to teach me, And so with Academy, we got so much one-on-one support as well, and like one of my favorite parts is being in the Zoom room with the other women, like coming to the workshops, listening to them create their packages and their pricing and everything that they were going through. It only sparked more ideas for me. And I never once was in those Zoom rooms and felt like what I had to say was ridiculous or a, a quote, like bad question.
Yeah.
So the group was incredible.
I love that because this is the thing is for everyone listening, Jenny said she was an introvert. She came
Yeah.
to every call. She had her camera on. She always asked questions. She always engaged, and she became one of our top students, our top alumni that other students looked up to. And still to this day, people who are in Academy who never went through Academy with Jenny know Jenny because she's one of our top alumni, and they go to her for copywriting.
You. Yeah, I did. I mean, if for me, I was like, if I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna be here, I was like, I have a coach and a coaching program every week, like literally every day support for a year. Like how like I'm going to show up here, and it was very hard for me. Like I'm like sweating and raising my hand, but um it was worth it. Like, that growth that I received from that coaching and being willing to ask the questions has just moved mountains for me, really.
I I freaking love it. So tell me, what was your experience with community, right? Because I know for a lot of people, group coaching can be scary, and we do have a really, really tight knit community. So can you tell everyone your experience with the community?
Yeah, I felt like everyone in the community was my business friends that I didn't have or even really know that I needed. Again, like I'm super introverted. And so when I hear people talking about their group coaching programs and they're like, and you get the community, I'm always like, "Huh, I don't need a community. I do everything by myself. So
Yeah.
it's never been like a selling point for me where I'm like, yeah, I want the community of like-minded women. But like when I got in there, I just like we were together every single week, and I was always thinking of the ladies in the group with me, like, I wonder how they're doing with this and celebrating their wins and looking forward to seeing them on the call. And anything you go through, whether it's a win or a challenge, like we had Boxer at the time, it was just like flooded with people supporting you and understanding and advice and coaching from you. And just, so I actually felt like I had just a place where I could go
Yeah,
with
and I
everything.
love that too because I was the same before I joined my first group coaching program. Like it made me a little nervous, right? I was like, I don't know, all these people like they're gonna be judging me, right? And in reality, no one really
Mhm.
cares because they're only there for themselves. But you look at this, like everyone's gonna be judging me. And then to have the community that we've built of such amazing women and every single woman who's now come on the podcast, who's been a student or is, can say, like, they can tell you the community is the best part because of how supportive it is. And I really made that my mission to have women who just like truly love each other, support each other. And now you guys are like friends, and I see you guys like
Mhm.
collaborating. It's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, it's so true. If you want to do something, like if you want to build this business that supports you and that you're the breadwinner of your life, then being in the room with other people who are also doing that and who that's also important to them is where you need to be. Like where that's the only place you should be. I
Agree.
mean, it just makes sense, like to surround yourself in that environment because it's what keeps you going on the days when you don't feel like it or think you should go back to your 9 to 5 is knowing that there's other people doing it. This is part of it. It just helps.
Yeah, I agree. Can you tell everyone what was your favorite part of the program?
Ooh, I loved the weekly calls or the biweekly calls that we had, the group coaching calls, and then just the different workshops that we had throughout that. Like Tay, you were always so incredible about like, I noticed a lot of you are struggling with figuring out your pricing workshop on Tuesday, and they would all come and like just learn. So I really appreciate just everything, how the program is laid out. So we have our curriculum that we can go through, and I love learning. So I love being able to have modules I can go through at night and learning on my own. And then I love coming and bringing my questions and getting answers on coaching. And then I loved coming to workshops and like actually diving into specific pieces of my business and leaving with like action steps and a plan to do all those things as well. So just that it was like this huge hybrid model. I don't know if that's the right word, but it just had everything that I just never felt like anything was falling through the cracks, right? I always had answers to the questions I had, and I always had training and education on the things that I needed to learn.
Oh my gosh, my heart like is so full because that has been my mission from day one is to build and continue to build and grow a program that supports the women that are inside of it, right? Like I can teach you what I think you want or need, but the women inside truly make it what it is because they support each other. There's the community. They tell me what they need. And now we turned those workshops into target calls. So every other Thursday, we target an area of business based on the unique group because like I said, I can teach you, funnels or sales or marketing, but if the group as a whole is like, well, we're launching right now, I'm like, cool, let's do a launching class, right? So I love that you said that because there's not a lot of programs in the industry that do that. They don't, it's a program and it's set up and you go through it. But I feel like our program is very dynamic and that we keep adding and implementing for the people that are inside.
Yeah, that's so good. Yeah, and it's like it helps you make decisions too, right? Before I joined Academy, I had a lot of ideas, but I never really took action on a lot because I just, when you're trying to figure it all out on your own, you just don't know, right? And you feel so unsure about what to do. But I took more action than I ever had in my business that year, right? Just saying yes, trying, getting the thing out there, doing all the things, and that action, like, made results for me, right? Whether that's learning what I wanted to do or not wanted to do, or like whatever result that would be, I just really learned to take action in my business, which has been instrumental.
Which is so cool too now because I get to watch you, right? Like we're still friends, we still connect, we're still online together. Like just watch the difference in the way that you show up for yourself and your business and you're out there and you're collaborating. It's the most amazing experience for me.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So what specific tools or like tips or advice did you learn and take away from the program?
Oh, I did so much in the program. It would literally be hard to name every single thing. I think just the trust in myself, my ability to make decisions quickly and without freaking out about it and make the right decisions for my business and trust that, right? I launched a podcast while I was in the program. I really got very clear on my packaging and pricing as a copywriter and how I wanted to serve clients. And I went from having essentially no client experience really, like I had an application form, then you work with me, okay, cool, to creating like I'm so proud of my client experience, like that I deliver to people now. Like I'm so proud of it. It has so like automations and so much care, and so I really refined that. Those are huge things. I'm sure there's more. Those are the things that really stand out for me. Yeah.
And I can attest to your program experience because I actually hired you as our copywriter, and your program experience is top notch. The automations, the touch points, the automated emails that don't feel automated, like there's so much extra love and care that goes into the entire experience of working with you that makes such a difference. And so I want you to tell everyone what has changed in your life and your business since joining and graduating the program. And then I want everyone to know where they can find you after that.
Course. Thank you. Yeah, so now, okay, so I'm trying to think of like the biggest wins since leaving the program. So when I came into Academy, I remember you had us write down, and I've shared this with you before, but you had us write down like who we want to be. And I think we wrote it as like 1 year from now, right? So I remember writing down like Jenny 1 year from now wakes up in the morning, and it wasn't just like income stuff. It was like everything, like who we wanted to be and how we wanted to feel. So I remember writing down stuff like, Jenny 1 year from now wants to wake up in the morning and drink really good coffee and spend time reading her book and journaling. And she wants to take care of herself, get ready, wear earrings and lipstick. She wants to be a runner. She wants to put her phone down more, like all these things. And then with the business side, I was like, I want to make 8K per month. So I wanted to double my income, and I had all these specific, like I want to only work when my kids are in school, and I want to work with clients who appreciate me and who I really help, and just like everything from like the tangible business stuff I wanted to also like how I wanted my life to feel. And so I wish I had that journal page. I was looking through my journals before this call trying to find it. I have it. It's just a big stack of journals. But I remember going through that after graduating from academy and like just sitting on my couch being like, whoa, because every single thing that I had written on there had come true. Like, I do take better care of myself. I ran a marathon that year. I did double my income, and it's only grown since then. And I do work only when my kids are in school most of the time.
Yeah.
Right. And I do just feel like how I want to feel as the breadwinner of not just my business, but of my whole life. Like I really pay attention to taking care of myself as I'm doing this. And I don't get it perfect every day, but I'm definitely not the same girl who was like stressed out, trying to scrape by, to get enough income to maybe make 5K, and working on weekends and taking on too many clients to please everybody, and not charging enough and not providing the experience. Like it's a completely different person. So
I
in the best
literally have
way.
tears in my eyes. I am extremely pregnant and emotional, but like
I know.
when you have students they come to you in this place and they go through your program, and then after they have the life they wanted, like I can't explain the feeling to you. It is like the most magical thing to know that like I'm impacting you and you're impacting other people and your kids and your family, right? It's this cycle, and Jenny sitting here today with her beautiful earrings on and just it's a full circle moment, and I just literally have tears in my eyes because it makes me feel so happy that you took that chance on yourself, even though you were scared and you were unsure, and it was the most money you'd ever spent, and it was new, and you were an introvert, and look at your life today. Like it's
Yeah, thank you. It is. If you join Academy, I know I get emotional too. Like if you join Academy and just come to the calls and just come to everything, there's no way that you won't be a different person in a year. I just don't even know how it's possible for you not to be. And yeah, it is scary to invest in coaching. And I write for a lot of coaches, and that's always the thing that comes up is like, I don't know if I can spend this much. I don't know if I can invest. I don't know if I have time to do it. And one of the clients of a client of mine said the other day, it came back to her like, but what's my alternative to keep piecing this together on my own and like struggling and taking years and years and years to get where I want to be, and staying at my 9 to 5 and trying to do this and never really doing good at anything, or to just make the bet on myself and try. Like if you think about the alternative, it's like it's like a no-brainer. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell everyone, where can they find you? Where can they find your copy? Also, Jenny has amazing templates. She writes amazing. She has awesome done for you services and experience. And don't you have a membership?
Yeah, thank you. I do. So I'm at Jenny Roth Copywriting is my website, and that's my Instagram handle. I have a podcast called Above the Bar Copy, where we talk about copywriting. And yeah, like Tay said, I have an email newsletter template membership. So every single week you get a new framework for getting your email out the door quickly. It's mostly for coaches, service providers, online educators, and yeah, that's where you can find me.
Perfect. Everything will be linked below, so you can go find Jenny, go connect with her. She is one amazing human that I will forever just like love and tell everybody about. And thank you again for being here today.
Of course. Thank you, Tay.
Of course. And as always, thank you guys so much for listening. We'll talk to you on the next episode.